Hi everyone. I hope you are doing well and keeping safe during the present times that demand a lot of mental strength and mental agility. And every day we encounter a new situation. There is a lot of uncertainty because of the coronavirus pandemic, and our life is definitely going to change. But how do we cope with this and accept the new normal if that is what it's going to be, at least for a few months or maybe a year? So herein comes the role of three important super skills. Yes, today we are going to talk about super skills and three of them. But before that, I would like to know if you have been watching our videos regularly and how did you find them? Were they useful? Do let us know by sharing a comment or write to us. And please subscribe to our channel, like our channel, share with your friends and click the bell icon as soon as you can. We would love to update you always with most relevant videos that you can find about skill development, training and self-improvement. So let me go ahead with these three super skills. I'm calling them super skills because first of all, they are not technical skills which you can see somebody doing with their hand or on a machine or something like that. These are super skills because that is something invisible and it is mental. It is only shown in the person, in the way you begin to see the person's behavior and how the person responds or reacts to a situation. Now let me ask you a few questions. Did you ever go through a painful period in your life? Maybe there was a personal loss. How did you cope with that loss? Did you ever fail doing something and then you could not come out of it? How did you handle failure? And the third most important thing is, are you somebody who quickly reacts to situations, like you get angry or you become very happy and it's a kind of an extreme situation, extreme reaction? Does this happen to you? If yes, it is pretty normal. All of us go through these situations. So if somebody says, hey, why is this happening to me all the time? And why is it that only I go through these things? It's not right. So let us not always think that certain things happen only to me or to someone else. Each one of us goes through many situations, many scenarios, and we cope with them in our own ways. So the first and most important super skill is to do with resilience. I'm sure many people would have told you about being resilient, and I'm also sure if you have read about it, usually for resilience, we say it is the quality or the attribute of bouncing back. Bouncing back after every setback that we have in our journey called life, professional life or personal life. So bouncing back could mean trying to regain the strength, trying to regain our composure after we go through a certain bad phase in our life. And herein comes a very important quality that we all have to learn and imbibe. And this is something which is there in most of us. So some of us have the natural tendency to bounce back and some of us take a lot of time, and we might also need some advice and counseling if things become a bit serious. So how do we do that? Let us go ahead and see how bouncing back or any other qualities that are related to it can be learnt if you make it a habit and spend some time every day. Now the second important skill is about growth mindset. Growth mindset is something so very essential in today's life that each time we feel we have failed in something or we are not meeting our own expectations, or we set expectations from the rest of the world and we don't know how to cope with it if somebody doesn't meet our expectations, or there could be any other kind of failure or setback that happens to us. So growth mindset is something that can be learned if practiced consciously every day or maybe spending some time. It's a quality, it's something that you can imbibe if you don't have it in you, and it is much needed. And the third and most important skill set is empathy and emotional intelligence. I'm connecting these two skills because I feel there is a link between the two. Empathy, as you know, is about caring. caring for people, putting ourselves in their shoes and trying to understand what is it somebody goes through. And emotional intelligence is more about how we respond to situations rather than react to it, and how much time we take and how wise we are in responding to them. So this is again another skill that can be learnt over a period of time. So I'm calling them super skills also because this is like a layer of skills that is needed for every situation that we encounter in our lives. As we all know, when things get tough, it is the mentally tough people who get going. So how do we become mentally tough and create that layer upon ourselves? So with this, now I would like to take you through the details about how you can learn these three super skills, that's resilience, growth mindset, and empathy and emotional intelligence. Now let's learn the three super skills that can help us navigate COVID-19 crisis, or for that matter any crisis. When there is a crisis, what really matters? This is something we need to understand as the first step. Is it the continuity of whatever we are doing that matters most? Or is it the productivity? By productivity, I mean, are we doing the same amount of work, delivering the same quality as we used to earlier, using time effectively? Or is it the efficiency? Is it like the work has to be done in a highly efficient manner? When we are clear about what our priority is during a crisis, it will be easy to manage with these super skills. If you feel, yes, it is the continuity which matters most, then we should try to continue our work and keep going using these skills. Now let's go ahead. The three super skills are resilience, growth mindset, empathy, and emotional intelligence. Basically, all these skills are pointing out that we need to be a mentally tough person to handle ourselves, to handle our family, our work, and our relationships. Let's look at resilience in detail. Generally, we come across an example of a bouncing ball when we read about resilience or watch anything about resilience. Yes, definitely, resilience is the ability to bounce back from various situations or experiences, which could be sad, which could be painful, and which could have harmed us in some way. What is important here is the speed with which we come out of this experience, how we handle ourselves, and how matured we are to handle it. So a crisis can be handled well through resilience if we have these skills. So being resilient, in other words, means we should have a very strong self-belief. The belief and the faith in myself that I can do this, and I love myself for what I am and not for what people talk about me or judge and so on. That self-belief about feeling positive and liking your abilities helps you a lot in handling any crisis. The second and most important skill and ability is the courage. Being courageous, gathering courage, taking people's help to gather courage is definitely very important. And then comes determination. How determined are we to face a situation, whether it is the present situation or any situation? Determination matters, and the feeling that yes, this is something tough, but it is not happening only to me. There are many others who go through similar experiences, and I am not going to give up. Then comes the matter of hope. Yes, hope springs eternal, as we say, and it is hope that makes us feel positive every day and makes us wake up, get up, and do the things we want to do every day. So never lose hope and keep adapting yourself, because change is something that is very natural and it is the only permanent thing, as we all know, in life. So instead of resisting change, it is better for us to keep adapting. And if you ask me, I would say nature is the best example of resilience. So watch nature, spend time with nature, and you will feel good and you will be able to come out of personal crisis or professional crisis. Next super skill is growth mindset. I'm sure most of you have heard about growth mindset as against fixed mindset. But before we go into that, let's look at mindset itself. Mindset is a set of beliefs and thoughts, as we all know. What we believe, what we think, what we are told affects us cognitively at the mental level, and it also shows in the way we behave at the behavioral level. Remember, we are continuously challenged as human beings, whether at work or at home or at any place. Now, how do we react to this? How do we respond to this? What is the attitude that we show, demonstrate to people is the key to success. Generally, fixed mindset is seen as something where we cannot accept failure and we continuously look at life in terms of failure versus success, and then we have problems in taking feedback. So if somebody is telling us, hey, look, you need to improve on this, we might tend to take it very personally and not look at it in a detached manner. Or we might always be keeping ourselves safe and not trying to do anything that is beyond our comfort zone. And often we tend to give up. So these are some of the signs that we have when we say we are in a fixed mindset. Actually, fixed mindset and growth mindset are in us always. It is not that somebody has only fixed mindset or somebody is completely in a growth mindset. It is a mix of both that we have with us. And it depends on what we are using or leveraging when we handle a situation or an experience. Growth mindset, as you can see, is something about learning, adapting, and feeling happy that you're doing this as a challenge. Your response to any challenge or any situation says it all. So instead of saying that, hey, look, I will not be able to do this, or starting with a negative point saying, this is too difficult, I will not be able to do it. When you adapt and want to learn, you might say, hey, look, this is something that is interesting, I want to give it a try. So when you try new things and seek opportunities, naturally you will cultivate a growth mindset, and this is very important in times of crisis. Next comes empathy and emotional intelligence. Normally, these two skills are considered to be a bit different from each other, but I am trying to combine them because I feel they are connected. I'm sure we all know what empathy is, and we have been empathetic towards a lot of people. But during a crisis, this skill is in great demand because we see people who undergo many issues, problems, and we have to show that we are caring, we have the ability to feel like the other person, which is very, very essential. When we develop this skill in us consciously, it makes us a different person. And through this skill, we can connect and communicate with people, which is again a part of how we handle ourselves and how we handle people around us, whether it is our colleagues, our friends, or our family members. So basically, what you're doing here is you're showing a lot of concern and support. You're trying to put yourself in the shoes of the other person and not ignore something. So this is what makes you a very empathetic person. Now, emotional intelligence is all about how we react or respond to situations and experiences around us. What is very important here, as the word emotional comes into the picture, is how you control your emotions. If you ask me, I find it very difficult to learn this skill. Even though I make it a point to consciously practice and learn, I turn to react, I turn to get angry. I think this is a part of every human nature. Each one of us undergoes various emotions: sadness, happiness, anger. So how do we deal with this? And there are, of course, moods. We go through different moods at different times. Handling all this in a very intelligent way is what it is all about when we say emotionally intelligent person can handle many situations and scenarios in a very meaningful way. So what it needs here is to be emotionally intelligent. It is not just the physical fitness which we acquire through physical exercises. We go to a gym, or we might be doing yoga and many other things. Yoga is of course a very good example of acquiring mental fitness also. I think we have to consciously train our brain to control, to feel in control of emotions, not to react always and respond. So to go back to my previous slide here, I just said react or respond. How often do you react and how often do you respond? Remember, there is a huge difference between these two. Reaction could mean something which is very instantaneous, which is very immediate and instant, and you will not be thinking a lot before reacting. Whereas responding takes a bit of time, and then you think about the consequences of an action, and in many other things. Like we say, you count 10 before you respond. So emotionally intelligent person would also take care of mental fitness and try to exercise and develop many abilities and skills which make you a very emotionally sound person, and not somebody who's at one extreme or the other always. And this definitely has a huge impact on our relationships at work and at home. Now, to conclude all the three super skills, I would like to ask you a question. How often do you worry about the future and the uncertainty that comes with the future, the big question mark that's there in our mind? Whether it is the present crisis or whether it is any other situation, it is very natural for us to feel secure, to feel comfortable, and to feel that, hey, look, things should not change so much that it becomes a big issue for us to handle. But what if things are going to change at a very rapid pace and we are not able to cope with it? That is where I think these three skills help us in handling this big question mark in a very meaningful, smart, and thoughtful way. Now, if you feel that life is going to throw us many challenges, as you see in this picture here, the person who is trying to climb, the climb has to go on. We cannot fall down, right? So how do we do that? It is very important for us to keep in mind that we need to be resilient on many situations and many contexts. We have to have a growth mindset, a good balance of mindset, I would say. It is very natural to fall between the fixed and the growth, but consciously come out of the comfort zone and create a growth mindset. And of course, be empathetic and cultivate emotional intelligence. I think when we have all these three with us, which comes with a lot of practice, conscious practice, it's very good that we will be able to handle many situations that we go through in present or in future. So with this, I would like to close this presentation of mine. I hope you found it useful, and please go ahead, learn these skills. As I said, it will not come easily to any one of us. Each one of us have to make a lot of efforts to master them. Now that you have seen how these three super skills can be learned, do let us know how you're going to practice resilience, growth mindset, emotional intelligence, and empathy, and write to us at contact@nationalskillsnetwork.com to share the story of your learning experience and how you have used these skills in your personal and professional lives. Remember, these are the skills which help us in improving our relationships and building our career and having a satisfied life, whether it is in the professional or in the personal world. So thank you for watching this video. Do subscribe to our channel and keep watching. Thanks a lot. This is Madhuri from National Skills Network, NSN, saying bye. I look forward to talk to you again soon.